violence is taught, nonviolence can be taught. And what we have to do is start with the very young people, the children. They learn at an early age and they develop their values. We must help them learn new ways. We are going to explore Martin Luther King's mind. So what we're going to do is formulate the questions that Martin Luther King asked himself. And then we're going to ask ourselves some of the same questions, and maybe even some more.
If your opponent sees nonviolence as a weakness, how would you have the courage to maintain nonviolence in the face of this imminent danger?
Aren't there some situations where we just need to be practical, and in that moment show that we are capable of reacting with violence if necessary? It's just that we don't choose to use it as frequently as the opposing party.
If you come at it at a more stronger approach, knowing that you don't want to be violent, the situation could be handled and the person may not be in harm's way anymore.
As long as you put the initiative in and be that first person to put it in, you know that you're making a difference. Some people may follow behind you, some may not, but at least you know that you're gonna put in your effort. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do, that's what should matter.
If we can focus on our similarities and understand our differences, might actually make the difference for us to achieve that community what we're looking for, it's easier to work together.
It teaches us another way to resolve conflict. So instead of fighting, we can use one of these methods to resolve the conflict.
And then we could teach that to the students.
I feel like I'm learning more about my background and my history, and just giving me more opportunities to engage more with my community and be able to share back the information that I learned here.
People have problems and then they take it out on other people.
Right? And then they probably don't have that role model that teaches them how to cope with anger, or that person who's supposed to be their role model just takes their anger out on that youth. So if everyone was able to know how to cope with that anger and cope with the stress and express it in a different way, things would probably be different.
Once you have the power within you in terms of nonviolence, you have the capacity and the power to respond without arms.
We're not going to do things the same, but the philosophy can definitely help us along this way. Tactics will be different, but that philosophy of a universal love for one another has to be a component of what we're trying to do.
Whenever we do something to someone, okay, directly, it affects all of us indirectly. So we cannot escape from each other. We live together in this world. We can identify ourselves by ethnic groups. We can identify ourselves by the country that we were born in, or by the section of the country. Like some people say, I'm from southern Italy, I'm from South US, okay? So it doesn't matter where you're from. We're all born on this earth, and we have to live on this earth together. So we must overcome these differences and look at the things that we have in common. And then that way we can make a better world, not just a better neighborhood. And I think this is what Martin Luther King was talking about when he said to me, we must institutionalize nonviolence.